Hey up, welcome to my first vlog. Before I start, I need to say that this vlog is dedicated to Graham Gator Bairstow, who's been encouraging me to do this for a long while, with a special mention to Uncle Sherby, who is tired of hearing me talk, so you'd be pleased to know I'm talking to myself. Not from a few people around who are staring at me as I speak. That's something I'm going to have to get used to. I'm going to make anything of this vlogging idea. Today I find myself on the Flyde coast, and I'm looking for a shipwreck, and I love a shipwreck. And this one's quite modern. A lot of the ones you find are obviously been there perhaps even hundreds of years, but this one isn't even a year old. I think it's 10 months ago. I think it was August 2019 when it sank, and it's a 40-foot ketch, 41-foot ketch, which means absolutely nothing to me. It's some sort of nautical term. It's some kind of sailboat. So yeah, I've been talking about this and looking it up and doing the various bits of research as you do, Google Earth, etc. Yeah, so it's not the best of conditions today, really overcast, keeps drizzling, so this is really more of a recce. So hopefully I'll be able to come back when there's better conditions, but let's see what we find today. So I'm literally just a few metres away from where I was last talking to you, and I actually thought this was going to be quite difficult to find. I've been here a few times, obviously just looked in the wrong direction because it really is easy to find. It's well, let me just spin the camera around and show you. It's yeah, so there it is. Not difficult to find at all. Needn't have worried. So yeah, it's looking good. I was aiming for high tide, but actually took a slight detour to a second location, which I wasn't going to go to today, but it's another one that's it's another one I've been to before, but it's one I've not managed to get again at high tide. So I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone. So although it was my first location, I'm going to show it at the end as a second location, as a bonus. You'll see more of that later on. So because of that, I'm slightly late. I'm about an hour after high tide, which, if I'm being honest, looks good. I've seen pictures of this when there's a particularly high tide, and all you see is the mast sticking out of the water, which would look good. Minimalistic, which is often appeals to me, but in this case, yeah, the water's receded slightly, and it's looking good. Again, I'll just spin you around now. We're a bit closer. So yeah, that's it's got potential. So let me talk you through my composition. I've got the boat over in the bottom corner, with the mast sort of almost being a leading line, really, leading into the picture. It's down in the bottom third. I've got the horizon on a third as well, which just tends to be the golden rule for composition. I don't know if you can see, but in front just here, all this is just it's mud. It's a tidal estuary, and it's just thick, sticky mud. I've got my wellies on, but I do have a reputation for falling over. I do it more often than I ought to do. And to be honest, what I've decided is I'll put a longer lens on, because once you walk in, the other thing is, once you walk into the scene, you're going to leave footprints and you can't erase them. So it's better to start far away, zoom in, get the reach. You can always come back and put a different lens on, a wider lens. So the lens I've got on isn't my best, it's just my kit lens, 18 to 140, but you know, it gives me the reach I need, and we'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to go for quite a long show speed, blur out the water a little bit, give it a bit of an ethereal look. I think it goes with this sort of lost soul shipwreck idea. So yeah, we'll see how that looks. Camera settings, let's have a look. 1/25 of a second, f8 is no reason to worry about depth of field here. You know, there is only one subject and then it disappears off into the horizon. Yeah, an ISO 100 for quality. And what I've done from a focus point of view is my lens is set to manual, and what I normally do is I zoom right in and I actually use the manual focus then to just, you know, fine tune it and get it exactly how I want it. Obviously everything's nice and level. Well, we'll take a shot like that, but I think I'm going to have to put an ND filter on, if I'm being honest. So let's try that. So to be honest, I quite liked that shot. I'm just going to put on a 10 stop. I do like, well, yeah, ND filters, I like to go 10 and even 15 stop filters. I like to really make it extreme, especially if, you know, I'm looking for something minimalist and, you know, that sort of thing. It may be too much, you know, I can always take it off, put a different one on, put on you know, even just a 2 stop, you know, and we'll see what we'll get. So let's just try that out and see what it looks like. Okay, so I think I got some good shots, hopefully. Let's have a look when we get back in the computer and process them. So that's it, on to the next location. Let's see what my next adventure brings. Okay, so this is a little bonus shot. I wasn't actually expecting to come here. It's a little somewhere that I've been before, and every time I've come I've never been able to time the tide right. It's a place called Mary's Shell, a place called Cleveleys, and it's basically a huge piece of artwork shaped like a shell. It's made of steel, 16.5 ton of public art. I'll flip you around in a moment, you can see it. So what I want to do is, I'll just show you, it's, you should just be able to see it there over my shoulder. as I say, every time I've been, I've not managed to get a high tide. And today, I might be able to get a style of image that I've been after. Really minimalistic, long exposure, really smooth out the water. So yeah, let's see what we get. So as you can see, I've framed up the picture with the shell perfectly in the centre. I'm going for symmetry, and I'm wanting a long exposure. I want to really smooth out the water, just really minimalistic. Probably a mono image, and possibly blur out the horizon so it looks as though it goes to infinity. So and with the drizzle and mist that I'm getting this morning, that's pretty much what I'm going to get anyway. Let me just talk you through. As you can see on the composure, pretty much dead centre. I'm slightly off actually. I'll just adjust that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's good. Just give my lens a quick wipe. So the drizzle is constantly coming down. I have got circular polarizer on there, and I can use it to kill some of those reflections, but I actually think they might look quite good. So I'm going to just leave it like that for now. Okay, so I'm at 1/25 of a second, f8, ISO 100, so maximising the image quality, and that isn't going to be enough to blur out the sea. You can make it nice and silky smooth, like an ice rink. So I'm going to put on a 10-stop filter. Okay, so the 10-stop filter's on, as you can see, or can't see, it's way too dark. So I'm just going to increase my shutter speed to about 10 or 12 seconds. We'll go for 15 seconds and just see what that gives us. Yeah, let's just take that shot. I've got 2 seconds timer, so I'm not moving anything. Let's just see what that gives us. We'll just let that cook for a second. Yeah, that's looking the sort of thing I was after. I may struggle to blur that horizon. I'll have to look at that near the time. But yeah, I'm liking that. What I might do is I might just put on a longer lens rather than getting this wide vista. I'm currently at, I think, yeah, I'm at 20mm at the moment. I may put on a longer lens, just zoom in, get a similar shot. But yeah, I'm struggling against the drizzle though. So yeah, we'll see. And I think this is just going to be the last shot of the day. I just thought I'd come to one side and just get it at a slightly different angle. I'm going to go for pretty much all the same settings. Just loving that minimalistic look at the moment with the long exposure. Although not that long, I'm only at about 20 seconds. You know, I could put the 15 stop on and really push it, but I like just a little bit of texture in the water. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Okay, I am back at the car. I hope you enjoyed that first video, that first vlog. as I said right back at the beginning, in a lot of ways, this is dedicated to Graham, who's been having some tough times with his health recently. So you can consider this Gator Aid. I hope it cheers you up, mate, and thanks for encouraging me to do this and spend my money on camera gear, and hopefully we can get you out and about with camera again as soon as possible. Siddy.